Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Well, everybody's getting very excited, and understandably so. Bitcoin the other day topping out over 21,000, and it's still hovering around that actually even today. We haven't seen, at least to this point, a pullback to really any degree. I'll tell you this, there are an increasing number of analysts who believe that you should expect a new all-time high. And so look, even if you're just talking about Bitcoin leading this damn thing, and I'm going to share with you, like, there's one very popular analyst, very well known in the world of crypto, who says, actually, this year we're going to see a new Bitcoin all-time high. Now, think about this. If we're actually in a bull market, if we are, or if we're seeing the beginning phases of that, think about what happens when XRP, assuming that what we hope happens in the SEC v Ripple case. Okay, we get a good headline one day. Let's say that happens in conjunction with a bull market. Because, look, I mean, like Attorney James K. Filan of the XRP community, he thinks that by the end of March we're going to have that ruling. But other attorneys like Deaton think, although that's possible, it's also possible that it could go into like April or May. Well, if you're talking about a number of months away, and if we truly are entering bull territory, and that's an if, I'm not saying I'm sold on that idea, I'm just saying if, and we get positive legal clarity, what do you think's going to happen to XRP? Like, is that what's going to cause it to finally hit a new all-time high? Now, in a bear market, if we get that positive action, I mean, I'd still anticipate a huge pump. I guess I'd be less optimistic about that being the catalyst for it to hit a new all-time high if you're talking about us being in the depths of a bear market. But if we're actually out of that, and if we're heading in the upward direction, and that's apparent to everyone, people get exuberant. I can only imagine what that might look like. So anyway, I want to share with you what some people are saying, but regardless of the timeline, good times ahead. I do believe that. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, and just for fun, damn it. As I record this, XRP's at 38 cents, Bitcoin at 20,864, market cap for the asset class still a hair shy of $1 trillion, it's at 991 billion. Bitcoin dominance has climbed within recent days, which you're probably aware of at this point, 40.52%. But look at this one. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Folks, those lovable, cuddly little retail lemmings out there, I have good news for you. They are not fearful anymore. They are no longer fearful. Here you can see the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 52 out of 100. So they're not greedy, but the lovable little lemmings out there, they're neutral. And that makes, I'm going to sleep extra well tonight. I'm going to be sleeping great, actually, knowing that the lovable, cuddly little retail lemmings out there that don't know their left hand from their right, barely can get their own shirts on in the morning, they are not in fear. I don't take joy when they're feeling the feels and they're very fearful. I don't take joy in that. It just is what it is. So I'm very happy to see that they're at least neutral right now. But look, several months ago, when the Fear and Greed Index was at 6 out of 100, do you remember that? 6 out of 100? I said at some unknown point in the future, and I never pretended to know when, and I don't know when, that we're going to see the Crypto Fear and Greed Index in greed. And then we'll see extreme greed. And I don't pretend to know what's going to happen, but the fact that we're already neutral, I mean, you can see, obviously, this is possible. Crypto is not dead. You know what's going to happen. Cycles are a thing. I know, I'm just happy to see this, because we haven't seen neutral in a very long time. I'm not even sure when the last time was. But even just last week, is at 25 out of 100. That's extreme fear just a week ago. Crazy times, bro. Crazy times. And now, a couple days ago, I put out a poll. I want to share this with you. I put out a poll that just said the following. Bitcoin will drop to at least $10,000 before we see a new all-time high, if ever. And there were 2 responses to that, yes or no. 39.5% responded yes, that Bitcoin will drop to at least $10,000, meaning it could go lower. And 60.5% responded no, it's not going to go that low. So it's interesting. Now, take of that what you will. Now, typically, the masses are wrong, but this is, these are a lot of intelligent XRP community members, so that could result in a difference there anyway. But also, we had already seen a break to the upside, even just a couple days ago as I was writing that. But I just find it interesting. We'll see what happens. We're going to find out in short order here. And then there was this from Michael Saylor. Now, look, and of course, he's I'm sure most of you are aware, he's the CEO and founder of MicroStrategy. And he very publicly, and it's a publicly traded company too, but very publicly, his publicly traded company purchased a boatload of Bitcoin. So his company is a Bitcoin whale, a massive Bitcoin whale. I can't remember how much they hold. I think it's like over 120,000, something like that. It's a ridiculous quantity of Bitcoin, especially when you consider there's a total supply, max supply ever of 21 million. Well, look, I'm not a fan of his. I agree with a lot of what he says, but he also says a bunch of kooky stuff about Bitcoin is energy, is money. It's some weird convoluted thing to like try and justify that Bitcoin's an energy hog. I'm not down with that. Don't make no damn sense. But he's trying to sell this weird thing. And Anthony Pompliano, Bitcoin maximalist, he was trying to sell the exact same thing. So they jumped on board at the same time, however long ago, trying to pitch this damn thing. I'm like, guys, this is completely ridiculous and stupid. And then he also says that XRP is a security. Is what it is, man. Heavy Bitcoin bags. What can you say? He's a Bitcoin maxi, and I'm against maximalism of any kind. But I will say, despite all of that nonsense, I admire his conviction when it comes to holding Bitcoin and understanding that this thing's here to stay. And so he shared this information, this little graph, if you will, and showing that his stock for his company, MicroStrategy, up 76% since August 10th, 2020, which is when MicroStrategy adopted its Bitcoin strategy. So it's been, we're coming up not too far from now, 2.5 years at this point. So yay, his stock 76%. But if you look at everything else on your screen, like Netflix is down 31% since then, Amazon's down 38%, Meta, which is Facebook, down 48%. Then you've got on the positive side, Google's up 24%, Apple 20%, gold's down 6% over this time period, silver down 16%. You've got Bitcoin though up 62%. While over the same time period, the S&P 500 up only 19%. So, and the thing about it, up 62% now, while it's at a price way lower from the all-time high. And that's why you gotta love the crypto asset class. You gotta love the freaking volatility. So, like, I admire the long-term thinking because it's how I approach my holdings in crypto with XRP and my Bitcoin and my ETH and the roughly 30 different cryptocurrencies that I hold. I buy and then I hold, and then if I'm enticed to sell, great. And if I'm not enticed to sell because it doesn't go as high as I would hope that it was, then maybe a bunch of them go to zero and I just completely lose it. Fine. I only need a few of my cryptocurrencies to like go through the stratosphere for me to be like, yeah, I'm done for life. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Like, I've gone heavy in crypto for a reason. Like, I believe what I'm saying here. And then there is this from Income Sharks. He shared something from Watcher Guru, which reads, just in, India's central bank governor calls for outright ban on cryptocurrency. Income Sharks chart analyst says, it can't be a good Bitcoin market pump without the usual FUD about countries banning it. Happens every market cycle. And I was just thinking, yup. How many times did China threaten to ban Bitcoin? Like, how many different years did we get that story? And I'll tell you, in 2017, it scared the hell out of people in the markets. And like, I think it might have been like September of 2017 before I even jumped into crypto. People are not as phased at this point. And then there's also this from Income Sharks. And I found this to be fascinating. Hashtag Bitcoin. The media and people outside of crypto Twitter aren't even talking about this move yet. Folks, what he's showing here is a search term for Bitcoin. And it shows the hits over time. And this is dating back to January 16th of last year. And you can see, despite the massive pump that we've seen, I think it's fair to say massive, especially considering that not long ago we were at 15,500 for Bitcoin and then it went over 21K. If you look at this chart, though, there's no spike in searches. It's just people that were already in it causing this. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And the spike that you saw where I'm circling right here, that was in November after FTX. So people are Googling Bitcoin, but not for good reasons. That's because of the whole SBF FTX nonsense that happened with that little butt nugget with a fro, Sam Bankman-Fried, that cucumber-loving son of a bitch. And so still, just to not see a big bump right now in terms of search terms, it's not new people. Like, this just happened with people that were already in crypto and on crypto Twitter talking about stuff. And so you've seen positive sentiment, obviously. But the rest of the retailers are going to jump back in, as always happens, including a boatload of new people. I believe that. And then there was also this. This is a tweet that was shared by Income Sharks also from an account named Mr. Anderson all up on the Twitters, who wrote, bear markets create fear and uncertainty. When the market hits bottom and truly turns up to begin the next bull market, the majority will not believe in the rally. When a rally is met with overwhelming doubt instead of greed, you will know the bear has hibernated. And by the way, that was back in November of last year, November 17th. And in terms of psychology and how humans behave in markets, yes, I've seen this firsthand. This does make sense. And so Income Sharks, he retweeted that and said, Bitcoin, this is what I feel is happening. I see more doubt and disbelief than greed. Even most bulls are optimistically cautious. So, my friends, we're not in euphoria mode right now, but still this is happening and people are doubting it. That's the behavior that you see. If you look at the psychology of a market cycle from, was it Time Magazine that has the famous one that circulates all over the damn place? From way back. Because it shows that eventually after a boom and then a bust cycle, at the tail end of that boom, even as the market looks like it's starting to come back a little bit, people are in disbelief. It's like, this is a sucker's rally. Well, isn't that how people are people are behaving right now? Because it's the same human DNA with every cycle, whether you're talking stocks, whether you're talking crypto. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm just saying, man. Here's a headline from the Daily Huddle. Top crypto trader predicts parabolic Bitcoin surge to new all-time high this year. Here's his target. And a part of this I actually did share within it may have been yesterday actually, but I wanted to set the table and run through this and then share with you the most recent comment because they're talking about one of my favorite chart analysts in crypto, Credible Crypto. Reads as follows. A popular crypto strategist is predicting a parabolic rally for Bitcoin this year now that Bitcoin has broken a key psychological resistance at $20,000. Pseudonymous analyst Credible tells his 335,700 Twitter followers that he believes the floor for Bitcoin this bear market is officially in. And he said, quote, $21,500 has been breached on futures exchanges. Spot exchanges have hit just shy of $21,500. But I've seen what I need to. It's on. The bottom is officially in my opinion. Watch 18,000s for a pullback if we get one. Piece continues. According to the top analyst, a move above $21,500 would signal a fresh bull market for Bitcoin that can propel the king crypto to a fresh all-time high in the coming months. And folks, he does think this is going to be happening this year. So check this out. Here's another quote from him. And here we go. The next impulse has either begun or is imminent, and Bitcoin dominance is beginning to spike off the teal region as expected. Expecting a mega run in dominance as Bitcoin rallies to a new all-time high over the next 6 months or so, end quote. The crypto strategist also says that Bitcoin's current market structure appears to be flashing September 2020 vibes when Bitcoin consolidated around $9,000 before exploding to $60,000. And he said, quote, it's happening again. Now, if you look at this most recent tweet from him, here's the timeline. And I'll just say this before reading. It's on your screen, so you can read it already for those of you looking at your screen. But look, when you're a content creator on YouTube, you're always going to have like a certain percentage of people, no matter what you cover. This is not specific to crypto. You're always going to get a certain percentage of people who are actual jerks and just like will troll you on the internet. It comes with the territory. I don't give a damn. I don't care. And on Twitter, I just block those types of people. And then on YouTube, I just don't read their comments. But one reason I'm mentioning this, because it is what it is the chart analysts that make predictions, and set expectations, share their expectations for what's going to happen in crypto markets, whether it's Bitcoin or XRP or pick your crypto. Holy freaking hell, they get it from the trolls, but like on steroids. I am so thankful that I am not a chart analyst. I am so damn thankful I am not a chart analyst. Because man, I see it. Like, even like the blockchain backers, like he seems like the nicest dude on the damn planet, and I think he's like top shelf when it comes to technical analysts. But if people think he's wrong or something doesn't quite go how people want it, my gosh, like I've seen people just be vicious towards him, and it's completely uncalled for and ridiculous. So I'm just saying, all that to say, I appreciate the chart analysts out there who are kind of putting their necks on the line and sharing what they actually think is going to happen. But I am so glad that I'm not in the prediction business game. I love just covering news and going through critical thinking exercise. I just think it's fun to talk about stuff in general. But my God, some of these people. So Credible Crypto said, "We got our confirmation. Fifth wave has begun, in my opinion. Expectation then is approximately 6 months, give or take a few, for our cycle top to be put in. This lands us in Q3/Q4 of this year. Buckle up, should be fun, smiley face, Bitcoin." So he thinks that we're going to see a new, and I hope he's right. He may very well be, he may not be, I don't know. But he's putting his neck on the line out there, and I do think he's one of the better analysts out there for sure. And Q3, Q4 by that time, which really isn't that far away, We're going to be seeing that. And if he's right, you know what happens with alts. Another bull season for XRP, and if we have positive legal clarity for XRP, which I sure as hell hope happens, can you imagine the mixture of these things? What is going to happen? Whew. So, and even if it doesn't, even if he's off in the timing, or we get some bad news in terms of what happens with the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit, well, that's not going to be the end of the line for that anyway. So, my opinion is like, it's not ultimately going to matter if we don't get that. For me, I'm just going to continue to be Mr. Patient. I'm going to wait because I think that XRP is going to be way more broadly adopted than it is today, and it's already one of the most popular cryptos on the entire damn planet. It's just that most people aren't in crypto yet, but it pays to be early. You know, we're here first. We're buying the cheap crypto. The people 5 years, 10 years from now, they're going to buy much more expensive crypto, but we're here right now paying attention, and I think that's going to pay off. We'll see what happens. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.